Hi guys, it's me, Ethan. Welcome to part 2 of Ask the Wedgie. Look at Wedgie 1. I said I'd do part 2 tomorrow, but on Saturday, but I made a few changes. Change the plans. Now, where were we? Chapter 8, the party. Mr. Hall's retirement party started off bad and just got his first. Mr. Hall forced the class to sing a corny song to her by the time she was done yelling, the boys were singing out of key. The chunky tofu ice cream was melted. Everyone had to eat anyway. Then the children had their happy retirement cards and Silver ripped several of the cards up. And because one of the children had mistakenly drawn polka dots on their butterflies, one unfortunate boy also drawn a happy smiling sunshine on his card, and he had to stand in the corner. Finally, Mr. Kurt stepped forward and handed Mr. Earl the card he had snatched at from Harold's hands. I went to the laboratory to get this for you, Mr. Kurt said loudly. Teachers are doing here. Mr. Ribble tore the envelope open and read the card aloud. You're a one-heart mama, said Hill with a shocked look on her face. Ew, cried the children. She opened the card and read the inside. Will you marry me, sighed Mr. Kurt. Ew, cried the children. The teachers gasped. Then the room grew silent. Mr. Grill glared over at Mr. Crook, who had turned bright red and began sweating profusely. He tried to speak. He tried to tell her it was all a mistake. He tried to say something, but all that came out was ba-ba-ba-ba, haba-haba-haba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, haba-haba, wow. Congratulations, said Mr. Me. Congratulations, said Mr. Me as he patted Mr. Crunch's shirt on his shoulder. Yes, congratulations, said Mr. Hale. This will be the best way in the whole world. We can have it here at the school. A week from Saturday. I'll plan everything. You love birds, don't have to worry about it. Yep. That's what happens when you do a prank. When you make a card that says, hey, will you marry me? That's what happens. Great, thanks, said Mr. Rebel, still looking quite angry, confused. Haba, haba, wow, said Mr. Rebel. Chapter 9, Freaky Weeky, because it's that Friday memo they did. That memo. The following week at Jerome Boys Elementary School was definitely one of the weirdest ones they had in a while. For example, none of the kids showed up for school on Monday, but Mr. Crump didn't even seem to notice. Hey, where is everybody today? Asked Mr. Rector. Baba, haba, wah, Mr. Crump. On Tuesday, everybody did show up in their pajamas. Why is everybody picking their nose? Asked I said. Baba, haba, wah, said Mr. Crump. On Wednesday, for some strange reason, the whole school smelled like garlic and rotten egg sandwiches, especially some of the girls. Boys, said Miss Guy, the styles today are sure getting bizarre. Baba, haba, wah, said Mr. Crump. Thursday was without a doubt a complete and total. Thursday was without a doubt a complete and total disaster. They say food for in the lunchroom, shouted Mr. Westworthy, and the football team's destroying the teacher's lounge. Baba, haba, wah, said Mr. Crump. Now, nobody was sure what happened on Friday. Apparently, there was a mix-up with the dress code in the yearbook photos. Our school pictures are ruined, I was mistaken. Baba, haba, wow, said Mr. Crump. Yes, it was a freaky week, but the big wedding was only a day away, and things were about to get really freaky. Chapter 10, the big wedding. It was Saturday, the day of the big wedding. Miss Ann from Children's World had taken care of everything in just 1 week. She had transformed the gymnasium into a beautiful wedding hall, complete with food, decorations, and even a 6-foot-tall ice sculpture. All the children were dressed in their finest clothes. Harold even wore a tie. Man, said George, I can't believe we have to go to school on Saturday. I know, Sarah. Why couldn't they have had this wedding during Monday math test? Soon the organist began to play. The rabbi walked down the aisle. He approached George and Helen and stopped to talk to the boys. I've heard a lot about you two, said the rabbi. I don't want you boys playing any of your tricks today. Silly rabbi, said George. Tricks are for kids. Believe it or not, George and Helen had not planned any pranks for the big wedding. They had no joy buzzers up their sleeves, no squirting flowers in their labels, and no whoopee cushions on their chairs. They were on their best behavior. Nothing could go wrong today. In no time at all, Miss Riddle and Mr. Krupp were standing in front of the rabbi looking quite ill. The rabbi asked Mr. Krupp if he would take Miss Riddle to be the sloppily wet one. Haba, wah, said Mr. Krupp. Then the rabbi asked Miss Riddle if she would take Mr. Krupp to be her husband. There was a long silence. Everyone leaned forward. Miss Ribble looked nervously from side to side. Suddenly, she said out at the top of her lungs, "No!" Miss Ribble turned to Mr. Krupp and jabbed her finger to his shoulder. Listen, Krupp, she said. I can't marry you. Hooray, that's too bad, said Mr. Krupp. You're a mean, cruel, and vicious man. You're a mean, cruel, and vicious man, said Miss Ribble, and I respect that. It's just what? Asked Mr. Krupp. It's your nose, said Miss Ribble. You've got a most ridiculous nose at it. I've never seen anything quite like it. I just couldn't marry somebody with such a silly nose. But she has the same nose as he does. Mr. Crook, well, fine, he said. I didn't want to marry you anyway. It was all Georgia Hillet's fault. They tricked her. Suddenly everybody in the gymnasium turned and looked at Georgia Hill. Oops. Time to go, said George. Chipping up the refreshments. As George and Helen turned to leave the gymnasium, they heard loud thumps of cleated wedding boots. Cleated wedding boots clopping down the aisle toward her. I'm gonna grind those kids into head cheese, screamed Miss Rilla as she lunched for the two boys. George and Helen screamed and ran to the back of her room near the refreshments. There they hid behind two large wooden pillars. Miss Rilla approached the pillars and grasped one of them with her mighty hands. With a horrible roll, she pushed up the right pillar over and landed on the back of the luncheon table, causing the front of the table to flip high into the air. Unfortunately, this sent all the food flying to the crowd. Crash! It's like rain. It's like gliding over a chance of meatballs when it rains food. Crash! The creamy candy carrots clobbered the kindergartners. The fatty fried fish fritters flipped onto the first graders. The sweet and sour spaghetti squash splattered the second graders. 3,000 flying thimbleberries thudded the third graders. 500 frosted fudgy fruitcakes flogged the fourth graders, and 55 fistfuls of fancy French fried frankfurters flattered the fifth graders. By now, you're probably worried that the wedding guests had nothing to drink with their lovely appetizers. Well, rest assured, the second pillar took care of that. Miss Rebel pushed the left pillar into the French fruit display, causing it to topple over, sending Two large watermelons crashing onto the oversized punch bowls. This created two enormous splashes of tropical fruit-flavored punch, which rained down upon the garden. It's like a tornado down. Now, no one is complete without a white cake. And when Mrs. Riddle kicked the ice sculpture over, the resulting crash sent the beautiful double-decker cake flipping high into the air, right over Miss Riddle's head. "I've got you now!" screamed Miss Riddle as she grabbed George Hale by their neckties. Splat! George and Hale untied their ties and ran after Janice and screamed, "Man," cried Hale, "I thought we were dead meat. That's what we get. That's what we get for going to school on Saturdays," said George. Chapter 12, Riddle's Revenge. As you might imagine, George and Hale were nervous about going back to class on Monday, but for some strange reason, Mr. Riddle seemed happy to see him. "Good morning, boys," said Mr. Riddle. Well, John Evil, toothy grin. "Come over here, I've got something to show you." "Uh-oh," said George. She's smiling. That can't be a good sign. George and Hale cautiously approached Mr. Riddle's desk. "I took the liberty of adjusting your grades last weekend," said Mr. Riddle. "You'll be happy to know that all your grades have just dropped from B's to C's to F's to G's." "Who ever heard of a G? Not me." Oh no, George gasped. "No F's and G's. Hey, what's a G?" It's the only grade lower than F," said Mr. Riddle. "There's no such grade as a G," said Harold. "There is now, Bob," said Mr. Riddle. "Look, looks like you're both going to flunk the 4th grade. Won't that be fun?" "No way," said George. "That's not fair. Life ain't fair," said Mr. Riddle. "Get used to it." Uh-oh. Chapter 13, A Bad Idea. That afternoon, George and Hale was sitting in their chairs, feeling sorry for themselves. "She can't get away with that," said George. "We've got to tell somebody about this. Nobody's going to believe us," said Hale. "Well, there is one thing we can do," said George. He opened the drawer onto their drawing table. He opened the drawer to their drawing table and searched it and used paper clips, giant spitballs, and rubber bands, and then he pulled a dusty plastic ring with some gum stuck on it. It was the 3 Hypno ring. And as you can guys remember, I've read The Adventures of Captain Underpants. Oh no, said Harold. "I thought we threw that thing away." "We just threw the instructions away," said George, "but I remember how it worked." "Do you remember having the last time we used it?" I said. "Yeah," said George, "but we were fooling around last time. This time we'll be serious. We won't make any mistakes. All you have to do is hypnotize her into changing our grades back to normal. That's all." "I don't know," said Hale. "It sounds like a bad idea to me." Worse than flunking for the 4th grade," asked George. "Good point," said Hale. Chapter 14, The Return of the Free. The next day at school, George and Hale stayed behind while the rest of the class went outside for recess. "What are you punks still doing here?" said Mr. said George honestly. We want to show you this really cool ring." "Yes," said Hale. "If you look at it closely, you can see a funny picture." "Well, what is still?" said Mr. Riddle. She stared at the ring intently. "I have to move it back and forth," said George, "or you won't be able to see the picture." Mr. Riddle's eyes followed the ring back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. You are getting sleepy," said George. "Very sleepy," said Harold. Miss Julian, her eyes began to droop. "I'm so sleepy," she said as she closed her eyes. "In a moment," said George, "I will snap my fingers and you'll be hypnotized." So sleepy," moaned Miss Hill. "Snap, you're now here. Now," said Hill, "you must listen very." Chapter 14, 1.5. We interrupt this chapter to bring you an important message. "Hello, this is Chim Chim Diaper Brains, Ingrid Ashley reporting from the Eyewitness News. We have a late breaking story of the tragic incident that is now occurring in the Pacific Northwest. Police have just closed down a Little Wise Guy Novelty Company in Walla Walla, Washington. Apparently, this company has been selling very dangerous hypno rings. We now take you live via satellite to our reporter Booger's Ticket Square. Larry's Arm with the latest development. Thanks, Jim Chin, simply. Reports have poured in from all across the country concerning children who have used the free hypno ring on their friends and family with disastrous results. But the most shocking revelation is the effect that the ring seems to have on women. Apparently, when the ring is used to hypnotize. Apparently, whenever the ring is used to hypnotize a woman, a mental blunder occurs, causing a woman to do the opposite of what she's being hypnotized to do. Doctors don't know why the ring causes women to have an opposite reaction, but they are very concerned. If you or someone you love has purchased a free hypno ring, throw it away at once. And whatever you do, please don't use it on a woman. That's what Georgia Hill are doing. Let's move on. Chapter 14 in the Force. We now return to our regularly scheduled chapter, already in progress. And when we snap our fingers, George continued, you will change our grades back to normal. Yes, Al, you won't do anything crazy like turn into wedgie, and you won't try to destroy Captain Underpants, said George, or take over the world either. Right, said Hal. You'll just change our grades, and that's it. Snap. George and Hal looked nervously at each other. Well, said George, I think that covers everything. Yep, said Hal. We shouldn't have any more problems showing us from his rebel. So the boys snapped their fingers. Snap. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and do a part 3. See you tomorrow for part 3. Bye.